Hello, good evening, and welcome to the sports segment here with me, Owuraku Ampofo, on the journeys. Prime, the Ghana Football Association is taking steps to reinstalling Coach Otuado as Black Stars coach ahead of the World Cup in Qatar. Now, since qualifying the Black Stars to the Mundial alongside George Boateng, Didi Dramani, and Chris Hughton, there have been calls for the technical team to be retained. And the FA's General Secretary Prosper Harrison-Addo confirmed to Joy Sports talks are ongoing to secure their services.
What I can say is that engagements are going on, and that once conclusions are reached, we will announce to the generality of Ghanaians. We know this is one of the key things we need to conclude, and then to move on to the other things. And so work is ongoing. There's no use saying too much when we can just wait and then get the full blessing or otherwise, and then we can inform Ghanaians appropriately. You see, when you are in official positions, you can't speculate, and so we can only talk the facts. So as of today, the position is that engagements are going on. Once concluded, we will immediately announce to Ghanaians and then move on from there. But what I can assure is that work is already going on. People, I've heard one or two people say that, oh, they are delaying and that there's no work going on. No, the national team doesn't function like that. Work goes on irrespective. There are a number of things going on.
And Didi Drama, Chris Hughton, George Boateng.
Everything about the technical team of the Blasters.
In the latest communication from the Confederation of African Football, the Baba Yara Stadium has been deemed unfit to host any CAF or FIFA-sanctioned games for the foreseeable future. The Kumasi-based match venue was handed a one-match-only license to host the 2022 FIFA World Cup qualifier playoff encounter between the Black Stars and the Super Eagles of Nigeria last month. Now, in the latest communication from the Federation, the Baba Yara Sports Stadium would not be able to be used for the upcoming Africa Cup of Nations qualifier, which the Black Stars begin next month. Now, these are the 19 reasons that CAF have identified as to why the Baba Yara Sports Stadium cannot be used. Meanwhile, the National Sports Authority has announced the Baba Yara and Cape Coast stadiums are yet to undergo CAF's inspection. Here's a statement they released earlier today. So this was a statement released from the National Sports Authority titled Kumasi Baba Yara, Cape Coast and Accra Sports Stadia yet to undergo CAF inspection for the new season 2022-2023. It says that the National Sports Authority wishes to debunk reports going on that its stadia have been rejected by CAF after inspection. NSA is waiting for GFA's request as to which stadia they intend to use for their CAF matches. Such communication has not been received yet, and therefore no CAF inspection has been conducted in any of our facilities recently for CAF matches after the match between the Black Stars of Ghana and the Super Eagles of Nigeria. It is instructive to note that some conditions stated in CAF's letter dated 16th March 2022 before the match between Ghana and Nigeria played on 25th March 2022 necessitated the relocation of the match from Cape Coast to the Baba Yara Stadium. Hence, the Baba Yara Stadium was approved for one match and to be immediately and automatically removed from CAF list after the match. However, Ghana is to invite CAF later for a thorough assessment and eventual certification like others. We'll bring you the latest in what looks like a dramatic back and forth between the FA, CAF, and the National Sports Authority. But let's do some more stories here on the Joy News Prime, where Real Tamale United will not be able to honor this weekend's Ghana Premier League game against Elmina Sharks unless they're able to raise about 23,000 Ghana cedis. The club is also yet to settle a 40,000 Ghana cedis salary arrears of technical team members. Here is Say Mubarak, who's the director of communications of the Tamale-based club.
Of the Council of State members, that is also a member of the Board of Directors of Real Tamale United, Alhaji Aminu Amadou, had requested, for the budget for our trip to Elmina, and we are quite aware how close he is to the Vice President, and we will not be surprised that if today, tomorrow, any money, is coming from the Vice President office, it could come from the initiative of Alhaji Amin Amadou. And so we have duly done that, and we're hoping that by close of today, we should get some response from some of the board members of Real Tamale United. He's not the only one. The others who are in town, are quite aware of the challenges we are going through. And in their own ways, they are trying to see how they can organize monies for RTU to travel. In fact, the coach wanted the team to leave tomorrow looking at the distance, so that they could rest in Cape Coast on Saturday, have some training before the match on Sunday. If we are not able to raise that money today, it means that our trip to Cape Coast tomorrow definitely is going to be off, which means that we have to wait for Saturday to come before we are able to travel to honor the match in Elmina on Sunday.
Without the money, what is the alternative of honoring the match?
Well, last week when we're traveling to Takwa, our CEO has to use plots of land that he owes as collateral to borrow money for Real Tamale United. Yes, we could look among management members to follow suit because as now he's not paid the money back, and the interest that follows. So we'll look within. If any management member has similar issues, we could use the same as collateral to borrow once again to let the club. We cannot say we will not honor this match. So whatever means management will do to get the team in Elmina to honor this game, we definitely will have to. And even if it means that we have to use our plots of land as collateral, we will have to wait in for some monies that probably will come from somewhere for us to be able to settle all this.
Well, from football, let's head to boxing, where in its bid to unearth talent and produce more world champions for the country, the Ghana Boxing Authority has created the Professional Boxing League. The bi-weekly competition, which commenced in February, will end on December 26th. And joining me in studio is John Manfo, who's the executive board member of the Ghana Boxing Authority. It's a pleasure to have you, John. Let's first off start by talking about the idea of the Ghana Professional League. Why do you think it's so important?
It's so important because it helps to bring out boxing back to the public, and then also to showcase how exciting boxing is to Ghana and the fans.
Yeah. And what went into the decision making for creating such a professional boxing league?
Yeah, just like I was saying, the decision was to actually help the stakeholders in boxing, that they have a conduit for definitely getting more fights, more showcasing their talents for the boxers, for the gyms. So that was the underlining decision to bring out this league.
And let's talk about the format of the boxing league. It's scheduled to go bi-weekly.
Yeah.
What went behind that idea, and what do you seek to achieve with it?
I think the bi-weekly is perfect for boxing. It gives us that chance. So when we do a promotion, a show, we have a week to push that out into the media, let people see the excitement, how good it was. And then we got another week to then prepare for the next event show. So we do photo shoots and get the media involved again, so to help promote the show. So I think the bi-weekly is quite good.
And still on the format, what goes into the selection of fighters? Is it like you have a close-knit group, or is open to registration where new fighters can join anytime?
No, it's the gyms register. So we have a registered group of gyms, and we put the fights according to the weights. So each gym will fight against each gym. So it's up to the gym to choose which fighter that corresponds to the weight will fight the other gym. So there isn't any, it's between the gyms. So we put out the schedule, and then the gyms will decide the boxes.
And it's been running for about a month now.
Yeah.
How would you describe the experience so far?
I think it's a great experience. I've been to every event, and it's just growing better and better. It's like a crescendo, and the last event was absolutely extraordinary. We had two very young juvenile fighters fighting like professionals. It was really, really exciting. So I would highly recommend anybody who hasn't been to a boxing match before, event, should come and try to get a feel for it. Yeah.
And looking long term, what do you expect some of the boxers and the promoters and even these gyms to get from an initiative such as this?
Yeah, we want more sponsors to come in. When more sponsors come in, hopefully the gyms will benefit as well. We're looking for world champions, and I think this platform helps boxers to showcase their talents. And then you can see the seriousness of each fight. Every bout seems to be like a world title fight, because they're fighting for their gyms, they're fighting for points, they're fighting for the car at the end of the seasons. So
there's a car?
Yeah, there's a car for the winner, the winning gym. There's a table. Okay. So it's a bit like football. Every 2 weeks we do the competition. Winners get 3 points. And then a draw, you get 1 point. It's similar to football. So end of the season, whoever's at the top, the gym will win a car, a Renault Kwid. Yeah. And also there's a prize for the best boxer of the whole competition, which is also another Renault Kwid.
Well, it looks like there's some financial commitment, but how are the Ghana Boxing Authority, making income from such a venture?
Money in boxing is very sparse. It's very scarce. It's very hard to get sponsors in. So with this platform, we hope that sponsors will come in and see that there is an opportunity for them to get return back on their investment. So I'm so happy that GBA have collaborated with Max TV, and then you know, and they are helping, you know, us to convince sponsors to come on board. You know, so hopefully it's not just GBA who will benefit from sponsorship money, but also our stakeholders.
Well, looking forward, and I want you to wrap up with this one. Where do you see this professional league in the next 5-10 years? What are some of the benefits that you expect, and what's the long-term goal that you have with this professional league?
I think there's a bright future. The way we've started has been really, really great and exciting. So I think this is the first season. You know, there's 2 seasons to one for the year. So we're in the first season, then we have the second season, and that'll be the end of the first year. So let's go to the second year, and then we'll really see the impact of what this league is really about.
But I mean, this probably closes the chapter on the Ghana boxing professional league that has been created. But you're a promoter yourself,
Yeah.
And I just wanted you to touch on, you know, boxing promotion. You've spoken of the difficulties, especially in that section of boxing in Ghana. What do you think that the GBA probably have to do in terms of closing the gap, in terms of how, you know, boxing promoters have been struggling lately, especially after COVID?
Yeah, it's been difficult. I mean, I was one of the first promoters to do a promotion after COVID. You know, I had to do a collaboration. So it is quite difficult. And I really hope other promoters will see this league as an opportunity to sit down with GBA. Our doors are always open for, you know, conversation. So I don't think the league is going to override promotions, because Bazooka just did a promotion the other day. So other promoters, Idlewhite did Kabik did a promotions the other day. So I think promotions is not dead, but we should learn from what they're seeing. You know, try to find other modes, ideas of incorporating into their promotions. You know, with myself, I did a lot of promotions, and it was to build up a boxer that you yourself, you know very well. You know, and you know, so we always had to think of innovative ways to bring the crowd in, although they love the boxer, you know. So if promoters can, you know, think of ways or come and collaborate, there's no rule to say that you cannot come and sit down with GBA or any of our partners, you know. So I think it's not a do-all and end-all, you know, on that front.
And speaking of your promotions, do you have any boxers with upcoming fights?
Not at the moment, you know, but I'm working on bringing on a new boxer. So yeah, watch this space.
All right, thank you. We're definitely going to watch that space. Thank you very much, John, for joining us in studio. And before we wrap up, let's just touch on Manchester United, because they've been all over social media today, and that's because they finally appointed Ajax coach Erik ten Hag as the next manager. The Dutchman would take over interim boss Ralf Rangnick at the end of the season, and would sign a 3-year deal which has an option to extend by 1 year. Rangnick replaced the sacked Ole Gunnar Solskjaer earlier in November and is set to then move into a consultancy role. Ten Hag will become Manchester United's 5th permanent manager since Alex Ferguson retired in 2013. United are currently 6th in the Premier League table with 5 games remaining this season and are 3 points behind Tottenham Hotspur, who occupy the 4th Champions League spot. Ajax are also top of the Dutch Eredivisie, 4 points clear of PSV Eindhoven with 5 matches left, although they lost to their rivals in the Dutch Cup final. Well, this is how we're wrapping up the sports segment here on the Joint News Prime. My name is Owuraku Ampofo, but in the meantime, if you're after the latest in the world of sports, you can check my Joe Online /sports for the latest in the local scene and international scene as well. And then you can follow us on social media for up-to-the-minute updates on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook at Joy Sports GH. Well, that's how we wrap it up here. We'll be back again tomorrow evening to bring you up to date in the world of sports. But till then, it's bye for now.